Hey guys, good to see you again. It's Brian Sapinski. Of course, you know it's me. Well, it's my channel and stuff. All right, Joey's here as
Hi.
always. And this is going to be, I don't know exactly what we're going to make of this video because we are going to be talking about, gaming here, as you can see from the title. I don't strictly know that we're going to call it part of the Games by the Numbers series and stuff. So I don't know what we're doing with this yet. If you have some ideas, based on everything, please by all means, feel free to leave a comment and give us some, thoughts and suggestions. Of course, while you're liking, sharing, subscribing, and doing all that business and
That's
stuff.
right.
Okay, you know the drill by now. But anyway, all right, let me just explain exactly what's led to this. Okay, so if you recall, a little over a year ago, you remember that I did a Games by the Numbers video where I was talking about a cache glitch that I found in WWE 2K22 and stuff. So obviously, like, I played against the kids as I talked about in that video. Raw versus SmackDown 2K22. I won that year, by the way. And then
Okay.
we went on and played 2K23 with all four of us in the family: me, Joey, uh, B, and my wife Andrea. We all played that, and and what happened was, like, just as we were partway through season 2 of 2K23's GM mode, and a couple of weird glitches started happening and stuff like that. And one of those glitches, I was in the middle of actually making a short about during this past week. But then, as I was putting the footage together, I saw that there was a piece of it that I was wrong about and actually needed to do a correction. So it's going to be kind of its own, long form video, which you will see here on the channel, hopefully within the coming week. But along the way, the glitches that I was running into during the 2023 GM mode during season 2, they were enough that they were tainting the results of that season, at least in my mind and things, that we decide, okay, 2023 GM mode is done. As a result, what we decided to do was we're just starting 2K24's GM mode. And since we've talked about previous GM modes from previous 2K games here on the channel, or are about to, as I just said, do another one, we just decided, what the heck? Yeah, everybody else is doing showing their GM mode runs. Yeah, why not? Let's do it too. Now, I mean, okay, I get it. Those of you that might be saying, but this is a math education channel. You are not a wrestling YouTuber, Brian, or any sort of thing like that, or you're not a gaming YouTube channel. So why are you doing this and stuff? Well, again, let's go back to what I've been saying since that 2K22 video that I did in the first place. We have to understand that there are some math based elements that exist the the GM mode and stuff like that. Not the least of which the general concept of financial literacy, being able to balance and maintain your budget, and being able to understand, like I said, what are the most cost effective things that you can do to be able to not only like make sure that you don't overspend, but also at the same time to and that's between your contracts and your match stipulations and other things like that, but also at the same time to be able to now, especially in 2K24, from all the previews that we've seen, to be able to know how to best build on your brands, improve on the presentation. What's the proper things in logistically to spend on and when, in order to make sure that you can not only increase your fan base faster, but also from that financial literacy perspective, be able to increase your revenue streams faster to be able to afford more things down the road and stuff like that. That's not unlike any other normal job prospects that you have out there in the real world. So from that perspective, what the hey, let's see where it goes. And if there are ways that, as I've done already in other 2K content before and still to come, like I said, that I can expose a little more of the math along the way and stuff like that, we'll do it here. I will, because that's what I do here on this channel. So we have already now done the, and so far it's the only thing that we've done. We have done the draft for 2K24. What we did was we did 3 rounds of random spins. First to determine what GM everybody would pick, then it uh to determine what brands everybody would pick. The wheel spins decide the order everybody made their selections, and then ultimately the turn order that we were going to be taking for this season. So, or for this game rather. So, what you're going to see now is a fast forwarded highlight package of the results of the initial draft, and future videos that we do are going to maintain this type of thing. Now, if you want us to just show the full drawn out content or whatever it is, I'll leave that decision up to you. Again, leave a comment as to whether you think what you're going to see in this video is precise enough, or do you want to see it just more stretched out like everybody else is doing. So I'll leave that choice up to you. For now, here are the highlights. Enjoy. All right, so we're ready to take a look at exactly what it is that we've all done here and everything. So here's the order of how everything played out. I forget what order like we chose the GMs and brands and stuff like that. I just know that what you see from left to right is what the final player order was. Joey ended up getting first turn. He has switched double because last year you had Mick Foley and Raw and stuff, and now you switched to NXT and you took Teddy Long.
How, Lamb?
Yes, as soon as he saw that Teddy Long was in the game, now was one of the new GMs. He had to go for it. Is that just the only reason? Just because it's Teddy Long?
I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Exactly.
get it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was it about NXT? Why did you switch over to that?
I like NXT. I had two choices I was thinking of picking: a SmackDown or NXT.
So you didn't want Raw altogether this time.
No.
Okay, all right. So not fair enough. However, okay.
I also love NXT.
Yeah, I get it. So anyway, let's see. For me, I stuck with Sonya Deville, same GM I had last time because I like that free power card play that she has now, and now you get it twice in the season and stuff. But as far as brands, I had to. I'm the ECW original fan here in the house, so I had to go for yeah. So okay, chill you. All right, so I had to definitely go for that with with ECW and stuff like that. Let's see. B has jumped has betrayed the uh, on the up down down. She's gone from up down down to left right because while last year she had Xavier Woods and the original NXT and won with it. Now she's jumped to NXT 2.0 and switched to Tyler Breeze. What's your motivations on that?
I knew it probably helped that it was one of the up down down guys, but it's also like I found like the little like power cards or whatever that came with the both of them like
So
beneficial.
you like the quick recovery because you want to make sure that you want to make sure everybody's staying healthy if in an emergency pinch. And now,
I think it was like Fresh
because
Meat.
yeah, well, yeah, that's the 2.0 power card because because that's going to allow on any week if there's up to 3 people that she wants to sign, she can get them for half off and stuff like that, which we've already seen from Creed and Breeze playing this. That's
Creed and Believe.
yeah, I know what I said. Money is going to be a lot tighter this year, and you'll see in a minute how our monies have already gone and stuff like that. So that was that. and Andrew came in second last year. I came in last somehow, and I'm the expert, so who knows?
Uh-huh.
But anyway, Andrew came in second, and she was leading most of the way actually until
I got
until the final week and stuff. However, she stuck with Stephanie McMahon, and what's
Because
uh,
I know her the longest.
in a sense, yeah. Because I
the
mean, we should understand. Out of the four of us, she's the least wrestling minded. I mean, tell the truth. You've always said, yeah, like I said, you watched wrestling with me. She always watched wrestling with me dating just because yeah I liked it or whatever. So
Yeah.
she was just being supportive basically.
But no, my grandfather, whom I've never met, he was a big wrestling fan.
Oh really? You never told me
I
this.
told you 17 times.
No, you did not.
Alright,
You
17.
told me how your grandma was a big
Game
game
show.
show person like
Yeah,
I
ask
was,
my dad.
but huh?
Ask my dad.
Okay, but no, you never
Well,
told me.
there's some of
I
the
swear you
wrestlers
never
of the
told me.
50s.
Were you talking like Gorgeous George and
Okay.
Freddie Blassie
Yeah, yeah,
probably
yeah.
knows. Although Freddie Blassie, well,
Yeah.
no, Freddie Blassie
Yeah, my
probably started late
dad
50s.
said he would watch wrestling.
Fair enough. Okay.
I got
So just
I
on
got
the
the liking for wrestling from you.
yeah, I
He
know
does.
that because you saw me watching it, of course. But so just on the
No.
principle that you know Stephanie better than anybody else, so I
These
took that.
these
And
two
then
K
so
games.
and you had WCW last
Oh.
year and you went to SmackDown this time after
Yeah.
I picked
I
ECW.
don't know. I just picked it. I know.
ECW,
So she's going for what? Okay, we got it. So so she's going with with what she knows just based on name alone. Speaking of names, so that was our GM and brand selection, and now here's the roster selection that we had available for us when the in the draft pool that we were given. Now, the only things that we really changed to this was at the time that we did this draft a few weeks ago, we just changed a couple of alignments from between face and heel from where they were at the time the game was launched and stuff. So there's a couple people there, and we took one we took one person that was listed as contract because of their level and legendary status and moved them to active because technically they're still an active wrestler. Gee, I wonder which it is, and gee, I wonder who insisted upon it. So now, just in general, so here, let's go down the line before we look at the official list here. So what was your like? What were you aiming for in terms of who you were picking and stuff?
Well, the first pick doesn't it's like you can pick anyone. It's mostly you can pick anyone you want for the first pick.
Right, but I mean, as you
Cause
were going through all of
but
your picks,
but I saw
like in my
one.
case, for instance, since I chose ECW, I was looking for people on the current roster that felt as if they would fit the the old school ECW vibe and things like that. So that's the kind of thing that I was looking for in that regard. So you'll see who I picked. You tell me if I did it right. Yeah, B has a natural penchant, as you'll see in a minute. She likes, trying to pick all the women first, however. But
Because those are the people I mostly know. So it's like, I don't want other people to get the ones I know because then I'm just stuck with random people that I have no idea
I
who
mean,
they
there's nothing
are.
wrong with that. But I mean, it's just like you were just like really, yeah, you were just really going, crazy on just picking woman after woman after woman. It really wasn't until I was speaking up. It's like, are you going to pick any guys whatsoever
Yes,
before
I
you finally
need
say,
to.
okay, well, you'll see what I mean when we get there. All right, but and then the one who doesn't know and stuff yet still
I don't
kicks
know.
our
The
butts.
name sounds familiar. I pick it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Or at least until
that's pretty much what I'm doing. It's just I just know a lot of the women.
so the being and Joey just Joey. so so with that in mind, make that logic up of what you will. So here's the breakdown of exactly who we picked and in what order. You'll see everything is listed in rounds robin order. That's how we have it selected. We gave ourselves a $3 million budget right up the middle to start with. And you'll see after each pick that we made, based on how much they cost, what our budgets got down to. So you'll see who's really, keeping a close eye on it and who wasn't. The result might surprise you. So here are the results. All right. Round one. All right. Joey with the first pick. Naturally, like said, the one who insisted on Rey Mysterio being part of the active pool. That's why he won. And so, in spite of the $515,000 price tag, watch where the rest of this goes, folks.
Who cares? It's Ray. So it's if I get Ray, then I get Ray, and I'm happy. That's all I care about.
You're witnessing this, folks. Anyway, for me, my first pick was Kevin Owens. B got her favorite, Bailey, still your favorite, right? I would hope. Okay, yes. And the most familiar to Andrea, she took AJ Styles as her first selection. All right, so you can see where the monies are. Naturally, of course, Joey picking the most expensive. He's the most behind the start. We'll see if it stays that way. Round two, I began with Finn Balor. B continuing, picking the incredible women in her opinion, chose Rhea Ripley. The Ronda Rousey for Andrea, and Shayna Baszler for for Joey there. So now you've got one on each side and everything there. All right, so you can see the money's getting a little bit tighter. All right, round three, Piper Niven for B, Jimmy Uso, who was did well for Andrea last year in the WCW, which I'm guessing is why you picked, probably why you picked, because you were getting a lot of mileage out of Jimmy last year and stuff. All right. Okay. Joey, his other current favorite, LA.
No, yeah.
Of course. All right. And Bobby Roode for me, kind of acting as sort of my Shane Douglas franchise kind of pick there for round three or whatever. So let's see. Round four, Nikki Cross to start for Andrea. Joey goes with Damian Priest.
For the Judgment Day.
Whatever it is. Me, I saw that both Tony D'Angelo and Stax Lorenzo, they were both available. And since they're doing the whole Mafia Don thing or whatever, I figure, okay, closest to the full-blooded Italians from the original ECW. So I started jumping for them. So I had A, tag team, and B, continuing with the female picks, goes with Asuka. So, and now looking after 4 picks, B actually has the most budget, but you can see it's a lot closer now because Joey's been very careful with his money after the first big pick. All right, second cycle, starting with round 5. Joey starts with Candice LeRae. As I already said, I picked the other half of the family with Stax Lorenzo. Continuing, another woman, Zelina
I
Vega.
know her less. I just know her less, but now it's because I like doing it in groups. Because I want to balance out one side before I start the other. Because it's easier to keep track of. Because it lists it on order you like.
True, and also, yeah, we have to recognize we're trying to keep track of our face and heel count and stuff or whatever. You were the one really that we had to remind you of a little bit because like your first 3 picks were heels and stuff, so we had to remind you, hey, start picking some faces here. However, I know you're looking for familiar guys, however, which okay, now you have Natalia, so you're working your way along there. Let's see, round 6. I started with Braun Strowman as my 911 type, however. Okay. Bianca Belair. So you can see 6 women. So right there. Sami Zayn for Andrea and the now since released Veer Mahan for for Joey. But hey, who cares, where they exist and where they don't or whatever. Again, this is a fantasy universe, so in all our minds, for one reason or another, they're still here. But notice the budgets now at this point. Now, Joey, you picked the most expensive person in the draft, however. Now he's got the most budget left somehow.
Now be careful of who I pick.
Well, look at just these picks. Veer spending 181,000 for him, and look at all the rest of us are spending 260, 354, and 322. So make of that what you will. Round 7, starting with Shinsuke Nakamura now for B, finally picking among the guys.
Y'all are a bunch of haters.
I don't hate women.
No, you hate me for my choices.
I don't
I
hate
just
women.
I just question that you weren't like no. It's just that you're not going like back and forth. You just
I
flood
like
all the women.
I like it neatly ordered.
All right, okay, all right.
Wait, oh, I didn't know this.
I have my amusement by it. But
Wait, I
anyway,
didn't know
now she starts finally picking the guys. It begins with Shinsuke
the
Nakamura.
king of strong
Okay,
style.
you know, Andrea picks Gunter, and Joey and I end up splitting up the New Catch Republic with
For the
him,
strong style.
yes, with him picking Tyler Bate and me picking Butch. So
Why did you take
everything.
them away?
No, excuse me. Okay, well we
Pete
know.
Dunne.
Yes, Pete Dunne, not Butch anymore. Well, we know the deal. I'm sorry. It was still Butch at the time they were putting the game together. I can't help that.
Yeah.
Rounds 8. Now Andrea's trying to look at what holes she needs to fill between class styles and faces and heels. So now a majority of the rest of your picks are kind of reflecting that. You picked Joe Gacy, also watching your money because now after this round, look where she is. She's down to 728. So Joey picking Damon Kemp. I'm picking Trick Williams, and actually between me and B, we picked. I think they were the lowest two on the entire. The least expensive people on the entire bit or whatever.
Yeah, I have no idea who that guy is.
So, well,
I don't really know.
I'd have to double check it. Again, I haven't watched enough NXT to remember who's who or whatever. And at this point now, taking a look at this point, Joey, the only one left still with $1 million in budget after 8 rounds or whatever. But you can see that now we've got to be a little more careful about our money. Round 9, Joey takes Roxanne Perez, and now for me, I have to pick some women at least in order to maintain my variety bonus. Because the thing we have to remember about ECW in this game is that they have no women's titles whatsoever. So, me picking women is mostly fruitless because I have nothing to fight for. But in order to make sure I get some kind of variety bonus in every card, I need to keep 2 women on there. So I picked. No, that's the nature. No, you have to understand. The original ECW never wasn't around long enough to establish women's titles. They never did. They genuinely didn't. So, and you have to also think about this. Think about this. Women's wrestling in the mid to late 90s was still very much in its infancy and was not taken very seriously and stuff like that. Think about what was happening.
Yeah, they were haters.
Yeah, think about what was happening in the Attitude Era and what was happening as WCW was taking its nosedive and things like that. Women were not taken seriously in wrestling.
They were haters.
So I picked Carmella to act as kind of like my Francine type and stuff like that. Being budget conscious, I assume that's why you picked Andre Pierce. Yeah, because you saw the $139,000 price tag, so we got that. And Cameron Grimes also just recently released. All right, and that's the 9th round pick for Andrea there. Okay, round 10, I needed a face to counter, and I know there was another woman I wanted to pick that was on the face side, but it didn't fit with Carmella's fighter style, whatever, to act as my Beulah to complement Carmella's Francine. So the only bruiser I saw on the face to go with the fighter, there might have been another one, but I went with well, whatever it was. Bottom line, I picked Fallon Henley to act as the female foil, so I've got that match going for a little bit. B took Grayson Waller. It's for Andrea, went with Tiffany Stratton, again, keeping an eye on the money, and Shotzi for Joey in round 10. And then, let's see, rounds 11 as we work our way down. Kit Wilson got a heel specialist for being her side. Ivy now for Andrea. Joey, Raquel
She has
Rodriguez.
a back.
Yes, still has back.
That's
Yes, she'll
crazy.
always have back. And Cedric Alexander for me,
Oh wait,
kind
wait,
of,
wait, wait,
kind of, sort of
wait.
being in my two
Wait,
pole
even that's not
Scorpio
Messenger.
role and
Isn't that
things like
Sonic
that.
Messenger?
No, no, no,
He
not
has the
now.
same birthday as me.
So, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, look up Cedric Alexander. Is he August 16th?
Yeah,
Oh,
1989.
August
Nice.
16th.
Oh.
Huh, there you go. Okay, so fun world there. So, all right, so that was round 11. You see where the monies are. And then
And by the way,
our last round ended up being round 12, in which Andrea rounded out her women and took JC Jane. Actually, okay, there it is. She just picked Ivy straight up and then picked JC as the foil and stuff like that. So that's where that went. All right, Blair Davenport for Joey. I picked Bronson Reed to
Big
act as
Bronson.
my in my
Biggie
Rhino
man.
role, and B decided to hold on to the rest of her money. She cut it off at this point, so she stopped after 11 picks. And actually, these round 12 picks were it for the rest of us. So at that point, our drafts were now all officially over. And take a look at the monies as they were. You would figure the adults in the room would be the most budget conscious and stuff, especially me, being that this is my channel and stuff. And look, I've got the least budget to play with. Andrea's not doing much better. These two are hanging on to their money and
Long.
seeing.
It's gonna be long.
Well, we'll see where that goes or whatever. So this will be interesting to see as we start in the first weeks or whatever, to see how we spend on our matches and stuff, and how everything else plays out. And you guys will get to see that as we go along over these next few weeks. So be sure to take a look and see how do we play out, who ends up being the winners, who ends up being the losers. I'm gonna make sure it ain't me this time.
It will be.
Yeah, they're all throwing the gauntlet. They're all trying to gang up on me. I think that's what you guys did last year to a
No.
certain point. So who
No.
knows? I'll have to check the books. But anyway, watch over the weeks and you'll see how it is that we deal with this in terms of keeping track of our money, seeing how well we can get our fan numbers boosted, and let's just have some fun with this and see how crazy it is to actually be doing this on this channel. Yes, okay, yeah, and Oreo, the mascot of what are we calling our brand warfare? What are we going with MathGM as our
Oh.
name here? Or,
Oreo.
again, if you guys we've been thinking about this possibly. We might call this MathGM. If you got a better name, being the channel that it's happening on, and somebody's at the door apparently. So I think we better go. In the meantime, you guys go, like this video, go subscribe, hit the bell so you can see when we put more of these things up and stuff, and say hi to Oreo on your way out. All right. So we'll see you guys for
My
the
math
first
GM.
weeks. Yep. We'll figure it out. Offer your suggestions in the comments. We'll see you guys soon.